Welcome to the We Cool Game podcast. Joseph Carpe Diem, putting in work from the AM to the PM, normal.
Yes.
With my illustrious co-host,
the newest member of the Russell Westbrook Justice League, Joshua Vino. Come on. Repping LA. That's the thing. There's going to be a blatant lack of impartialism this time around, yeah? For those of you who don't know, get to know, fam. It's for Lakers till we DIE. We're coming for chips this season because we got clips. Don't know.
Come on.
Bars.
Moderator King Rico in the building.
Yes, sir.
With the flair.
Yep,
Know the vibes. Come on. Let's get into the topics quickly.
All right, cool. Now, beforehand, though, Anne's obviously a bit tired. You lot are, because it was a mad fight last night.
Yeah. Facts.
Did you stay up?
Yeah, I
You
stayed
up?
I stayed up, but I didn't really watch trial like that. But
So what did you stay up for? So you stayed up to not watch the fight like that?
yeah, man.
So what, you're just a night? Oh, what? You're just a night? Oh, yeah. So yeah. Oh, okay. You're up late anyway. Cool.
I watched the last 4 rounds. I got it from like round 7 still. But them times there, Tyson Fury was walloping, man, still. It was long.
But you know what's funny? It's like the first 40 seconds or like the first 90 seconds of round 1 was mad because Thing was obviously jabbing his body up and stuff. And Tyson Fury was kind of like, all right, is that what you're doing? And then the feed I was watching was ESPN. So they literally have a punch counter on your graphic,
you
innit?
see it, yeah.
So I'm watching it and it's just like the round started, it's just like you can clearly see that obviously it's American coverage, so it's like, yeah, Deontay Wilder, this is a new Deontay. He's come up with a different attitude. He's aggressive. Fam, with a minute to go by the end of the round, Tyson Fury outpunched this guy, landed the best punch of the round. It was just like, yeah, man, it's gonna be long for you. But
You know what's deep? Tyson Fury actually should have won the one where they drew as well.
of course,
So
it's mad. It's almost like that. It's going to sound me weird saying it. I think if you ask Tyson Fury, you'd say that is probably his worst performance in the 3. Because the first one, I think, was practically flawless. He got knocked down 2 times and then got robbed with the draw. Second one, he just stuck it on him.
Yeah.
This one was kind of like, I've been off for 2 years. Let me just you know what? You want to rock, innit? I've come here with all this weight. I'm going to lean on you and I'm just going to rock you, innit? I'm just going to leave no doubt about it. I'm just going to beat you up. And then man didn't want to shake his hand after and stuff. He was singing and stuff. It was a good night still. It's not that often that you stay up that late anymore. And then I actually feel like it's worth it.
Yeah. You know what Deontay's saying now, that the referee delayed the counts when Tyson Fury got knocked down. So
they were saying that on my feed on ESPN. They were screaming it. It's like, that's a slow count. That's a slow count. They were actually Andre Ward and that on the feed I was watching because on ESPN Plus.
Ward and Sean Porter were commentating.
Yeah. They were screaming that it was a slow count. So boy, but fam, at the end of the day, it's just like you've had 2 excuses, but it's like you haven't won one of the fights. You fought 3 times. Twice he's beat you.
And once you've drawn.
And once you've drawn, and he should have beat you that time. So I think I want to see AJ Deontay though.
We don't want to see AJ Fury now.
I want to see that, but that's less intriguing for me now.
Yeah.
Deontay last night was looking like he might beat AJ. I'm shook now. Before I was convinced AJ would duck this man down. Yesterday, that's probably the best I've seen Deontay Wilder. Mm-hmm. And he lost and got smoked.
Yeah, he was looking like... Yeah, at least looking like he had a plan. Before, Deontay's just like, let me just land these haymakers early.
Exactly.
But he actually like, okay, cool, I'm actually going to rest on my jab a little bit.
You know what's funny? I could clearly see by the end he was bare tired because of all the muscle he put on. And it was just like, fam, you know like when that period in Dragon Ball Z where Trunks thinks he's a Super Saiyan 2 when he's fighting Cell. And he gets all big, then Cell just tucks him in. Yeah. All their muscles just weighs him down and stuff. I was just thinking, yeah, Deontay. After the first round, he sat in his stool. I was thinking, bro, you're tired.
I'll be on. Yeah, but all these muscle men get tired very quickly, innit? Because you have to use more oxygen, innit, when you have that much muscle, innit? So the muscle men are going outside. Even man like Arms. Oh, that was actually my. I'm like, listen, if Arms loses this fight to Bouncer, it's just gonna look bare bad in the gym, man. Fam. And you just lost, fam.
Yeah, everyone now thinks everyone that goes to the gym can't fight.
Arms trying to give Bowser that Triple H knee. Then after that, he was X'd. It was fucking funny. I was like, nah. But anyway, the muscle man need to allow it, fam. The technical boxers, in regards to the boxing, the technical boxers always fare well against the knockout specialists.
Yeah, I'll always pick a boxer puncher over just a puncher.
Yeah.
But shout out Tyson Fury, you know, doing it for the UK. We done told you, man, from the US, fam. We'll rock your boat, bruv. You lot just have guns. That's all it is. Put the guns away and let's get it cracking.
Come on.
But anyway, NBA. Couple of ex-players frauded the league, fam. Stole some money.
Glenn Big Baby. That guy.
You not heard about this?
Yeah. That guy is such a dunce.
You know what's mad? When I saw the headline,
Yeah, that's
And it
for
said
like
the
a health
amount?
scare. Yeah, that's for like.
it said 4 million, and I thought, oh, so you lot all defrauded the league for 4 million each. Whatever, innit? When I heard it was 4 million total, I was just like, oh, between 18 of you. You lot are dumb.
Oh, and Tony Allen.
Tony Allen, brother, champion. Glenn Davis, a champion. I think Darius Miles is there.
Yeah.
Who else?
Right.
Antoine-
Sebastian.
Sebastian Telfair.
Telfair, yeah.
Oh, God. A baller.
Gregory Smith. Jamario Moon. Who else? That's all I can see.
You know, that's about 22 bags each.
It's like 22 to... Yeah.
It's like
It's like 22 bags each, fam.
The man must be struggling then.
I hope not. I hope not to that extent.
You know what? It's not even always... It might not be a case of money mismanagement and stuff. Like, these men get robbed by their accountants, you know? Have you man seen that story about KG where he gets robbed by...
Yeah.
Like, it could be many things, but since Big Baby's involved,
There is that, but
there's some calamity.
are these men changing their lifestyle when you're out the league? Because obviously when you're playing, it's just like, okay, you can live a certain lifestyle because you're getting that money, like it keeps coming in. But then once you retire, it's like if you're not coaching, being an analyst, or you got bare business investments and stuff like that, it's like if you just continue to live bare lavishly, then
Healthcare as well. These men are joke men.
it was a healthcare thing. Basically, yeah, these lot were saying they were exed, like they were ill, like, or they had like trauma or like long term injuries and stuff, and then these lot were paying out for like healthcare and stuff. Apparently, like someone, I forgot what player it was, filed like their claim, and they weren't even in the same country at the time they filed their claim and said they were seeing a doctor. So man was in China and he's filing a claim in the US saying that, yeah, I got to see a doctor for this, blah, blah, blah. I'm getting this treatment done. Can you pay for it? Obviously the league's paid for it. It's like man's not even there.
Yeah, that's mad. And you know what? All these men that are doing it, most of them are role players anyway. So their bag wasn't that mad, especially at the time. Their
Your bag's
wasn't-
enough, bro.
Yeah.
Your
Still
bag's
getting
enough,
peas,
bro. Is it bigger than your bag?
the-
Exactly, that bag's enough.
No, but what I mean is that how these men ain't getting that, not in comparison to the superstars, these men are role players, so they're not getting that much peace. So for them to be, if it's a case where they were
All
just
of these men have seen
10
minimum. No, I wouldn't say 10 million in 1 year, but minimum at least 2 or 3 in 1 year. Every single man on that list. Minimum.
Yeah, true.
So if you've seen that in 1, you've probably seen it in like 4. Like they said on Undisputed, Tony Allen's career earnings is 60 million.
Right.
Something like that. So from his contracts.
Yeah.
Obviously, with people like him, you're not going to go, oh, yeah, and his endorsements, because ain't no one endorsing Tony. Stoke Gravel. By Tony Allen, that's the only companies, and that no shoes or anything's going to be endorsing Tony Allen. But obviously, like, man's made 60 million, so I don't... Why you would need to... That's the thing. I'm not... This is going to sound mad. And not because I do it or anything like that, but it's like, I'm not even going to take the moral high ground. I don't even care on that regard that much. I'm more embarrassed for you that you lot got caught.
Yeah, for real. For real.
I don't actually care about the food. It's like, fam, to each his own, innit? Like, there's certain level of criminality where it's just like, not that I turn a blind eye to it, but it's not going to make me think, oh my God, you're the worst person in the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, you tried to get a little extra change. Oh, they got caught. Yeah, they were dunces. Idiots.
That's it still. Speaking of dances. Speaking of dances. There's a new dance in LA. And he committed 6 turnovers the other day. Your boy Russ.
Bruv.
Lakers versus Golden State Warriors.
That's all we're doing. We're counting preseason. I didn't even watch that game.
That's his first Laker game, though.
So? It's not a real game. This is the first time he put on the jersey and was allowed to play in a...
Competitive.
No, I stopped myself in a scrimmage against opposition that weren't his same teammates. That's what that was. Not a competitive game. And we're figuring stuff out. You know, how many shots did Russ take?
Russ took...
7.
Yeah.
Exactly. I bet I could read off...
1 for 7, that is.
Yeah. How many 3-point attempts? None.
Yeah. 0 for...
Exactly. Why I said discernment. He needs to have discernment. That's decent. If that was 1 for 7 and it was 0 for 5 from 3, I'd be thinking, oh no, we have a problem. But nah, you know, he's just missing a couple layups, drives. He's gonna make those in the season. Those pull-ups in the key.
Yeah.
He's going to make those eventually, so that's cool. He's not jacking up threes, which people thought he would do. Also, if you look at the box score, there's bare role players taking like 10, 11 shots because clearly we're trying to see what we have. We've got a new offensive system. This is like, if you're a war general and it's like, yeah, so for our last battle, it's the Battle of Hastings or whatever, we only had, a dagger, 2 horses, and 1 cannonball. And for the next time we go out for some crud, we've got 4 cannonballs, this tank, this new machine gun, this... you gotta work out how are we gonna deploy all of this for maximum damage, maximum world domination. And that's what's going on. I pay no attention to the preseason losses, even though... it would be nice to win a preseason game. It is annoying me that we're 0 from 2 from preseason, but I ain't watched none of the games.
Let me ask you something. Yeah. So obviously Russ went 1 for 7. Yeah. 6 turnovers. Yeah.
I'm not sure if this 6 turnovers isn't just a nasty rumor perpetuated by you lot, or whether it's facts.
It's facts.
Is it facts?
Yeah.
He had 6 turnovers.
Yeah.
In how many minutes?
17 and a
Oh
half.
my
17
God.
and a half.
Yeah.
He's excited. It's his first game in LA and stuff like that. First time he's putting on the
my
jersey.
God.
It's cool, man. That's an aberration.
It is so the excuse we're making for Russ's 6 turnovers is excitement now. Is this what we're doing?
No excuse. That's not exciting. What we're saying is that he was excited, for his preseason. They're working things out. It's not a competitive game. Pay no attention to it. It's an aberration.
You don't think Rondo was dissing Russ to his brother?
No.
Look at this fool.
Who was coaching Russ? Who was coaching Russ? He probably told Russ, 6 turnovers is bad. It could have been 11, but you played better. So, focus on that.
Steph dropped 30, by the way.
Yeah, Steph has to do that. Steph has to do that kind of stuff to stay relevant because your team ain't got no chance of doing nothing. Bring Clay back. He'll get smoked too.
By who?
Bruv, the big bad wolf in the West this season is the Lakers. I hate the fact that you lot are trying to deny it, but it is. So
I'm not denying it, but... maybe...
Exactly. So unless you go through us, I don't care about the Suns. I don't care about the Jazz. I don't care about the Nuggets. I don't care about the Clippers. I don't care about the Warriors. So who's left?
I'm not gonna lie. I therefore think this is the year where LeBron falls off the cliff. I said it.
That's the only way we're not there. If that happens, then it's like, ooh, damn.
Do you think LeBron falls off the cliff this year?
Nah, I think it's next year.
No.
Or the year after.
I'm saying it's this year.
LeBron knows how to play.
Exactly.
Yeah. Manifest it, but yeah.
And he's still like a cheat code physically. So
how many points do you think will average this year?
23, 24.
Yeah. 25 to 22 is in between that.
Fair.
Who about you?
Yeah, I'll say about 20. I'll say about 24. 22.
Do you know he can so he can get top spot with scoring this year or next year, I think.
He's injured though. He's not starting the season out from what I saw.
Who?
LeBron.
He is starting
The
the
guy
season.
played.
He played in pre.
Yeah.
I saw you. I don't know where I saw it, but I saw that he wasn't.
No,
starting.
that's your boy. That's
Oh.
cool. Yeah, that's man like Kawhi Leonard coming into the year injured and stuff, not LeBron. Anyway, I've been looking at Lonzo Ball in preseason as well.
CO2. Yeah.
Lonzo, he's gonna have his jersey up here like his brother
Very
soon as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's at the Bulls big market. Obviously, myself and Richard Lonzo fans. Joe's a
Yes, sir.
Lonzo hater.
Who?
You, bro.
Allow it, man. Stop this, man.
Oh, please.
Listen,
When Lonzo
all
had
I
his-
said, no.
Lonzo had his stumble ups, you were dissing him, bro.
No.
Is that you gonna
All
lie?
I said, yeah, was when Lonzo has good games, great, more power to him. But when he has a game where he's like 5 for 22, I'm not gonna act like he didn't play crap. That's all I said. And I openly said on this podcast, it's on record by the way, that I said if I want to play winning basketball, I'll take Lonzo ahead of Russ. So where's the hate?
How many winning seasons has Lonzo participated in? Has his team even had a winning record before in the regular season?
No.
Oh. Hot take Joe. Anyway.
Just hot take Joe.
No, I'm just questioning that train of thought. Like someone who's never even been on a team to have a winning record in a season is more conducive to winning than Westbrook. Cool. Anyway, though, do we expect Lonzo to be an all-star this season?
Oh, this is from Clutch Points. LeBron James, LA injuries woes begin. Vet out to start season. That was 3 days ago.
And they played 2 days ago.
He's not starting the season though, so that probably means we're probably going to see like a load management thing.
LeBron James is starting the season. Fam.
And Trevor Ariza is out for 8 weeks too.
Yeah. That's why it's good. I remember we had Kent Bazemore. Depth. It helps. Lonzo being is Lonzo going to be an all-star this season? Mitch?
He'll be borderline this year, but next year he'll be on.
You're shook, man. He's going to get it this year, fam. Watch.
As I want him to be, but
Bulls are balling out this season, fam. They've had enough of being a laughing stock in Michael Jordan's shadow. It's time to create a new semi-legacy.
yes,
About to take over.
Zach Levine, Zoe.
Bulls about to be the 6th
Hold
or
on.
5th seed in the East.
So if it actually happens where Kyrie's only playing away games, yeah, or road games, who's the best all-star best point guard in the East behind Kyrie?
Well, James Harden was playing point guard for Brooklyn anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay, so yeah, fair. So we got James Harden. Then who else?
The East is kind of weak on point guards, but there is Kyle Lowry who plays for the Heat.
Kyle Lowry ain't making no damn all-star team this year.
What?
Ahead of Lonzo.
It
yeah,
depends.
he'd make it maybe, especially if the Heat are good.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. If the Bulls are semi-good, like if the Bulls are in a playoff position, Lonzo and
LaMelo
Zach
as well.
Levine are making it.
There's LaMelo as well.
Yeah. Oh, LaMelo is an all-star
There's
this
Trey
season.
Young.
Trey Young,
Who else?
I'll say that.
Kemba.
No, Kemba
Kemba's
stinks.
No, I think that, but you know, you
Yeah.
have to name him in it. He's there.
D-Rose.
People think. Remember when what's it called? Do you know how much it used to annoy me on First Take when Max Kellerman would say, Kemba Walker is just like a smidget below Kyrie. I'm like, what are you looking at? What? Because this guy did this one time when he scored a free. Like, what? Kyrie. Just because man buoyed you when you tried to interview
that's
you.
what it is. That's what it is. This is what I'm saying. The way Kyrie and these men are covered, yeah, is partly hate. Do you remember when they used to get KD used to get run through the? Remember when Stephen A used to diss man, and then Stephen A used to diss KD. Then KD's mum pull up.
They only started dissing KD when he went Golden State.
Yeah, then his mum pulled up, and Stephen A was like, "Oh,
I'm sorry.
you know I got love for you,
Yeah.
Mama Durant." Fucking dumb, man.
Can't talk about a man when his mom's there. No, there is a slight agenda against Brooklyn, but I'm not gonna act like what's going on right now isn't self-inflicted. Like I don't know how else you would cover the situation that's going on right now. You have your best player saying that he's envisioning the person that told him to basically come to this team, playing all throughout the season, but maybe he's being naive. It's a bad situation to be in, Richie D.
It's all good, man. Don't worry. We got KD best in the world, man. He'll get it done.
With or without Kyrie?
That's well, obviously better with Kyrie, but I still think that KD and James, they can get something done. But
I think they can if they know from the jump it's KD and James.
But how they were at practice, they all seem cool the other day. So
You wouldn't not be. But at the same time, it's just like you have something to do at the end of the day. And if man's just dropping in and out, like I think it's really difficult. I hope he plays in it full season.
they'll probably force him to take it like they did Andrew Wiggins.
He's not Andrew Wiggins though.
Yeah, but they forced him. Like he didn't want to take it either. But yeah, man. But I hear what you're saying. Like Kyrie has more clout, so
That's the thing, and I also think at this point, if you're Kyrie Irving, why would you go this long without doing it if you were just going to do it anyway?
yeah.
I don't think Kyrie's gonna do it. I think he really trying to stand on what he believes in.
That's what I'm slightly leaning to. I slightly don't think he's gonna get it. So then I think, okay, should Brooklyn experiment with playing him in road games, or should he just not play at all?
Yeah, and I think that's why KD's kind of torn, because it's like I don't necessarily want Kyrie to get the vaccine per se, but if that's for the betterment of the team, then cool. I'm here for that. But at the same time, if Kyrie doesn't want to get it, he's a grown man, he's my friend. It's not by force, he must. So
yeah, I think he's torn because it's like, okay, I can't tell him to get the vaccine, and I think he's, on the one hand, he's thinking maybe it can work with things just playing road games and dropping in and out, blah blah blah. But probably he's thinking at the same time, there's a good chance that might be your problem, him only playing certain games. And I don't think he wants to tell Brooklyn, yeah, sit this guy out or whatever, or trade him. And apparently no one's going to want to trade for him because he's saying that he'll retire if he gets traded.
I heard that.
So it becomes even more. Shout out Kyrie though.
One of the greats.
Holding your franchise hostage. No fault of your own. No one planned for a pandemic, but it is what it is. And there's a championship to be won. There's no problems like that in my camp. It's just a guy that's committing too many turnovers, but hopefully that'll cease.
The rest will be a downfall.
Cool story, bro. What else?
Fam, he will definitely be a downfall. Fam, Bron, the guy knows what to do. AD knows what to do.
No, I mean, what else we got?
Oh, what else we got? What else do we have? There's still no timetable on Kawaii coming back.
I told you lot that last week, man. You lot were telling me stuff. Oh, Christmas. Oh, maybe. Oh, after the All-Star. He ain't coming back.
He's definitely coming back this year.
No. Kawhi written off. How good do you lot think the Miami Heat will be this year with adding Kyle Lowry?
They'll be very good defensively. I'll probably say like a top 5 team.
Eastern Conference Finals, top 5. What they were
Eastern
that anyway?
Conference Finals.
Yeah, that's what this is all about. That's the thing. You don't add Kyle Lowry to be the same as last year. I know they went out in the first round, but that's because they faced Milwaukee. But it's just like if you looked at it last year, you would have said, okay, the Heat are 4th or 5th in the East. So you don't bring Kyle Lowry just to be that again. So do you think that can maybe help them beat Milwaukee?
They're not beating Milwaukee, I don't think, even with or without Kyle Lowry. I don't think they beat Milwaukee with or without Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, they have the answer for Giannis.
Yeah, facts.
Before they did.
But last year, the guy stepped up. Like there was that clutch game that Chris Middleton had.
Yeah, that is true. Do you think how likely do you think it's going to be that the Bucks are the only team standing in the next way? Do you think there's a possibility maybe Philly, maybe the Hawks?
No.
Philly are a joke.
Those guys, man.
I think it's literally a thing where
It's just
if the Nets don't get to the final, then my money's next on the Bucks.
yeah, like with the East, it's Bucks, Nets.
No, it's
Heat.
Nets, Bucks.
Yeah.
How many teams do you think? Because the season starts in 8 days.
Yeah.
How many teams do you genuinely think, like right now, no basketball player, just looking at the landscape, how many teams do you think could possibly win it?
4.
Nets, Bucks, Lakers, and
I've only got 3. Yeah,
I've only got those 3.
Next, Bucks,
I've only
or
got
the
those 3.
Lakers.
I've actually only got those 3.
So I'm hoping someone else emerges.
Like as clear cut favorites, yeah, those 3. But as Wildcats,
I'm hoping something happens and someone else emerges. Like it'll be nice.
as Wildcats,
What about them? Wait,
nah.
when's Jamal Murray coming back?
Nah.
I don't know.
I'll slightly slide in a Steph Curry, Golden State. Yeah, that calls back together.
I think there'll be a contender.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
How far do you think Golden State will get?
I'll say their peak is Western Conference.
The thing is, they're saying Clay's gonna come back like after Christmas, so they could possibly be like a 4th or 5th
Yeah, I'm
seed.
thinking 4th
So
seed.
it's like if that happens, you don't know.
Yeah. What about what's his name? They were talking about obviously Dame.
I really want Damian Lillard to go to Philadelphia.
He needs to be free from the shackles, man. Like,
I really want him to go and play with Joel Embiid, so that not. I don't think that will make Philadelphia the favourites, but I would genuinely think that you have a chance. You actually have a chance if you can add the right stuff as well. You've actually got a chance.
Yeah.
Like I'd believe in you a lot more if you had Damian Lillard there. I don't see anywhere else where. Obviously, if you went Milwaukee or something, then. But like what him at Golden State, it's like it's a weird fit.
player,
Yeah, it's definitely not.
Obviously, I would have loved him to come to the Lakers, but we've got Russ now. So
I think the
you
Lakers
guys
would-
made the wrong
I think
choice.
I think the Lakers would have preferred Dame than Russ.
of course we went for Russ and Dame and Bradley Beal first.
Bradley Beal wants to stay in Washington for some reason. I'm like, he's another one. I'm like, he doesn't want to take the vaccine.
Yeah, I think it's him, Kyrie, Dwight Howard, and one. Oh no, Those might be the only three
Yeah,
players
those are
left.
them.
Are you sure was it Quinn Cook? No, it wasn't Quinn Cook.
Quinn Cook,
Michael Porter.
Michael Porter Jr.
He said something wild about it. I'm like, he said since he had COVID, why does he need to take the vaccine? Them bear guys.
He's bare religious or something like that.
Them bear guys are distant, yeah.
Is it?
Bear guys distant online.
I'm thinking as well, yeah. I think part of the reason why Dame is kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place is he was the guy that was saying,
Oh, sorry. Go on.
I think he was saying I can never join a super team. I can never do this. I can never do that.
Yeah, like
so
he
he's
was
painted himself as the loyal guy.
Yeah, like he was telling Paul George, don't run from the grind.
Oh yeah. Do you remember when they were going back and forth on Instagram?
Yeah.
Hey, that was fucking funny.
I hear all that, but at the end of the day, it's like, what are you gonna do in Portland? You've done enough. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's applicable for players.
Because if you've been there for a time, you've tried.
Exactly, like someone like Ben Simmons, for me, his trade request, like I get the coach said whatever, Joel Embiid said whatever, but in terms of like what you've done for Philadelphia,
Yeah.
you haven't done enough to warrant this chip on your shoulder. There's certain times where it's like Kevin Garnett in Minnesota, it's like you don't begrudge him when they want to finally leave.
Yeah.
What about KD?
With OKC,
Yeah.
He was a free agent though.
yeah, it was a free
He was
agent.
he wasn't demanding to leave.
I think KD should have stayed. He made a smart choice to go to Golden State and win all that. But like, I don't think like I think
Do you think he would have won with OKC team?
eventually.
I've got my take. I've got a hotter take than that. I think KD should have stayed in Golden State.
Nah, man, the bridge was burned.
Nah, if KD stays in
That
Golden
was
State,
boring. That would be like LeBron staying in Miami.
if KD stays in Golden State, they're favorites to go to the finals.
No, of course,
But
every
his
single year.
favourite-
Yeah, they probably win the
the
chip.
guy's favorite wherever he goes.
I feel like if Kevin Durant stayed in OKC, had gone through all of that, eventually won, maybe won 2. Do you know the way people would look at him right now?
Yeah.
Everything
He'll still be loved how he was.
Everything they say he wants in terms of being the best, being like one of the top 10, he'd have that if that happened. Because you would have fought it out, we would have seen you fail, you would have broken through, blah, blah, blah. And you weren't that far away. Like when I think about his time in OKC, he was just a scorer. Obviously, Russ came, James came, couldn't really get past like the Lakers and like the Spurs and them teams with like bigs until you got like Kendrick Perkins. Then you get to the finals. Then
lose to Memphis.
Yeah, then you lose to Memphis. Then you have 2 seasons
injuries.
where either one is injured.
Yeah.
Then you're in a conference finals where everyone kind of thought you would be, and you go
In
to a game.
2016, yeah.
And you go to a game 7. It's like
They should have beat Golden State though.
that's why I genuinely think it must have been. In fact,
That game 6, Clay went mad.
it's definitely something he must have thought he couldn't win. Because if you think you can, if you genuinely believe
run
you
it
can,
back.
I think you run it. You run it. If you have faith, that's why I don't shoot down when people say, "Oh yeah, he thought he couldn't win with Russ," or he thought, or maybe he thought like the franchise wasn't smart enough to make the right moves. I don't know, but I think he definitely. The overall conclusion he came to was that, yeah, it's not going to happen here. Whether that's because of Russ, whether that's because of coaching, whether that's because of GM or whatever, I don't
It was
know.
because of both.
Huh?
Yeah.
I think it was because of both coaching and Russ.
Or maybe them catering to us. I don't know. But whatever it is, he came to that decision because I think Because he's at Brooklyn now. And yeah, I can say, yeah, you've assembled the Justice League and all that. But at the end of the day, at the start of it, fam, there was just two of you. It was just you and Kyrie. You were kind of on just, okay, let me just go to a team, play with someone. Like,
Yeah.
I think obviously when you saw LeBron and AD win a chip, it was just a bit like, okay, cool. And then James is over in Houston telling you, yeah, we ain't got no chance over in Houston over here. So, but
With Golden State, that whole Steve Kerr thing burnt the bridge. Like the whole injury thing, like it's even when Iguodala won a Breakfast Club, like what he said was that bare guys asking, "Oh yeah, when you come back, when you come back." So he didn't want to,
Disappoint the team.
Yeah, disappoint the team. So he, what do you call it? So he played while he was still hurt.
really,
Yeah, that's why during the game,
I had my suspicions, but
You know what though? As much as I said KD should have stayed in Golden State, I understand why he left, because I can imagine there was like a energy of ungratefulness towards KD, where it's like, oh, you came to us to win a chip. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have the 2 chips. So there was like an energy.
when he went down,
Yeah. And it's like, and KD's looking at them like, okay, but if I didn't come to you lot are not beating the Cavs if I don't come. You know that, innit? After 2016,
Yes.
LeBron mentally had
Yes,
the Cavs.
yes.
So if KD doesn't
I
join
agree.
them, the Golden State are not winning 2 titles, but are not going back to back against LeBron. So it's like,
but two things can be the same without.
yeah,
Two-
but
two
something,
things can both
something
be-
had to give though.
No, but what I mean is that in the same way, you're right in saying that. In the same way, he wouldn't have his chips if he didn't go there. He guaranteed them there. And I think he not guaranteed them
He gave
because
them a high
obviously
chance,
things,
yeah.
but it's just like you didn't. I can't even think back to 2016 free agency and remember 2017
Yeah,
rather,
yeah.
and remember the options you could have had. I'm not gonna say anything like, oh, go all that, go to the Knicks stuff and stuff. It's like, no, I know exactly why you're not doing that. Why would you do that?
I still remember the day like he announced his thing as well. Like I messaged Joe. That was funny day stuff.
I remember the day so clearly. I was working at a place I was working at a TV company in Farringdon. I got a hit on my bleach report. Like,
Bleach
Kevin
report, yeah.
Kevin Durant joins the Warriors.
Yeah.
So, but how does that work out? If he joins the Warriors, then, huh? But yeah, I can't remember where else he could have went. Obviously, they always say Miami and that, but it's just like,
KD could have gone anywhere, and it's like he's at any team he goes to. It's like he's at least making them at the time with KD on your team healthy. At least a second round.
What?
At least a second round. At the very least.
you missed the playoffs without Russ, bruv. I don't know if that's a given.
Yeah, but he was
In
a
the
small boy.
West.
He was a small boy then.
You weren't a small
No,
boy.
it wasn't. This was like 2015.
You weren't a small boy, bruv. This was like 2015, bruv.
Yeah.
He missed the playoffs
Just
without
missed
Russ.
out, yeah.
I'm not saying he would go to a team with bums or something, but if he goes to a respectable team, if he goes to Miami, he's not missing the playoffs.
Oh, you know, of course.
If he
Of
goes to
course
Miami,
not.
he's not missing the playoffs. If you had gone to, let's say, the Raptors instead of a Kawhi, they still win. They win a chip.
No one's going to Toronto.
You know,
By
something
choice.
That brick weather, bro.
Canada. Nah.
That brick weather.
No, I hear you still.
That's the thing. Maybe the options weren't there. I can't remember what the options were. But I just feel like in that situation.
But KD's probably KD has the option of any team, but he'll probably just looking at the team like, okay, cool. Which team would I go to? Yeah, where if I go to this team, it's with clearly better than everyone. And KD, whatever team KD goes to, bar LeBron, he's the best player on that team. So his options were limitless from that respect.
That's the thing. If his personality was as such where he makes boss moves and he wants to trade for people and organize stuff and he has Rich Paul and stuff, I would say, yeah, go to a blank canvas. Because I think LeBron went to LA knowing, okay, yeah, I'm gonna see what these young dudes are doing, but yeah, if
It don't work out, you're gone.
yeah, AD's right there,
Sure. Nah,
and then we get cracking.
well, I think
So
LeBron was always trading these guys, man. He was always trading these guys. It's like, okay, cool. For me to win a chip, I need championship ready players. I ain't got time for let Lonzo, BI, and
no, but someone's generational.
Yeah.
Like Kyrie, he didn't trade Kyrie.
we wanted to get Kyrie traded.
No, when
but-
he landed in 2015, he
yeah,
didn't
but
trade Kyrie.
yeah, but Kyrie had been an all-star in that. Kyrie was kind of ready.
That wasn't a given. Kyrie just showed he was a
was still in
talented
the
player,
come-up,
but
yeah.
exactly, he was still in the come up. The year they won the championship, Kyrie wasn't even an all-star. So to say that, like, I knew that, yeah, Kyrie's ready, but to say like, oh yeah, everyone knew that, yeah, if LeBron goes with Kyrie and gets one other person, it's a wrap.
I'm pretty sure before.
That's
I'm
not
pretty
the
sure
case.
before LeBron came back to the Cavs, Kyrie was at the All-Star game MVP or something.
Yeah, in 2014. I'm saying the year they won the championship, he wasn't an all-star. He wasn't selected.
I don't know, man. I don't think there wasn't questions about Kyrie the same way there was
There
questions
was
about.
questions because prior to LeBron, he never made the playoffs.
Exactly. Facts.
I don't know, man. But I don't know.
I would say he was well ahead of all them guys that were at the Lakers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the way
Oh,
way they were questioning, they had questions.
Oh yeah,
about
because none of them men were all-stars by then.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, cool. It's like it's only a matter of time before LeBron gets his man traded. Do you remember that scene where I think the Cavs were playing the Lakers, and I think it was the game where LeBron done that. It might have been the game where LeBron done that mad pass.
Oh,
Where he faked, yeah.
yeah.
And he was whispering to Lonzo with a jersey over his mouth.
Yeah.
He was probably whispering to Giselle like, "I'm gonna get your boy traded when I come to LA. I'm gonna get your boy traded when I come to LA, but I like you, so you got a bit of a chance. But say hello to your pops."
I hope Lonzo weren't in that AD though.
Yeah,
but
yeah, same.
Yeah, that's a blessing in disguise for him still, because the man looking at they're trapped in New Orleans right now still. B.I. and Josh Hart, the man are trapped.
Trapped in my mind and I'm going trippy.
Do you think the Lakers wanted Zoe back though?
Defo.
Yeah, probably. But
Do you think he should have gone back?
no, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. You go back when you're like 33, something like that. You don't go.
Not
back
even
to the prime.
33. I think when Zoe becomes a championship level player, then he should go back. He's made big improvements. Shout out to Zoe. Your shot
Don't
is
read him now. Don't read him now.
no. Don't. Listen, I've always given Zoe his props.
You haven't.
I have,
You haven't.
bruv. I've said on
To be an all-star.
air that anyway.
Bro, it's on my phone. I have the receipts.
Bruv. You can wheel up the conversations.
Why?
But all I'm saying is, when Zoe plays championship level basketball, then he should go back to LA, because what do we know about LA? It's championship or bust. So
That is true.
If it's championship or bust, if the Lakers don't win the championship this year, it's a failed season, and they're gonna blame Zoe because of his dad as well, because they
Nah,
don't
but
really.
Since Zoe's gone to New Orleans, he's slightly distanced himself from his dad with the playing stuff.
Yeah. I ain't heard that much LeVar Ball in the last couple of years, to be honest. They all seem to be doing their own thing. He's letting them sort of.
Yeah.
I don't know. When I look at Zoe and the dynamic with his dad, I think that, I don't want to say Zoe can't stand him, but it's like you can tell there's a little bit of contention there. It's like
Zoe's his own man.
Yeah,
fam. The
yeah,
guy's his
Zoe's-
own kid, bro.
Yeah, exactly. He's a
Yeah,
dad now. It's
yeah.
like, I'm not LaMelo, innit? Like, I'm actually a dad too. You can't just be
yeah.
G-checking me like this. But
No, I think obviously Zoe, you can go, man, do your own thing.
so
Happy-
for the All-Star break and All-Star, and when your jersey starts getting sold, it's gonna be up on the wall as well. Come on.
Wait, how many assists do you think he'll get this year?
He'll definitely
8.
average about 8.
Yeah, 8. Yeah. It's 8 and
8 or 9.
16. I'll say 8 and 16.
17 and 8.
Feel like 5
I don't
boards.
know, man. I don't know if it'll be 17.
7 boards. Yeah, man.
To be fair, with Levine
Fam,
and
like,
DeRozan,
average, average like 14.5 last year as well. So
I don't know, with Levine and DeRozan, I don't really think how much points he averages is not really a reflection. He will facilitate because he has.
No, like he even said himself that he's gonna that he's gonna go back to be like a traditional point guard. So
yeah, man. So with Zoe, it's like you can't really look at the stats and be like, yeah, this guy's whatever. That's the good thing about Zoe. Like he's not a stat chasing point guard, unlike a couple turnover merchants in LA. But that's none of my business.
He's gonna defend as well.
Yeah, man.
He's more likely gonna be on the best player.
Gonna have a better plus minus than your boy Russ though, but that's none of my business.
On that note, we'll finish, innit?
Obviously, follow We Cool Game on all social media platforms. Follow us on the podcast app. Scroll down to the bottom, rate and review. Leave a little rating, entertainment, information, all that stuff. Subscribe on YouTube where you can see our lovely faces. Follow us on Instagram, We Cool Game. We've got the TikTok as well. We Cool Game. Joseph Carpe Diem putting in work from the AM to the PM.
Signing out, Joshua Vino.